Howdy, friends. Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty team with this week's Real Estate Vlogs from North Texas. Today, real estate terminology. Interesting. So, as somebody who's in the real estate profession, I just kind of never dawned on me that there were so many people out there that didn't really understand what a lot of the real estate terms were. We're just going to touch on a few of them today. But what it really surprised me when I read this study and realized so many people really, again, just didn't understand a lot of the terms that we use in real estate, or real estate, even real estate finance. And so I kind of thought, number one, my viewers wouldn't fit into this category, would they? But at the same time, I thought, well, I don't know. And so anyway, we found this, and we're gonna go over a couple of the terms and give you a couple of the facts. So first of all, 56% of the people who were surveyed flunked. Now, there's this organization called MoneyWise. They have a website to help you like invest your money, retirement, those kinds of things. They also have a radio show throughout the United States. They interviewed 1,116 people, and 56% flunked this this quiz that they gave. Now, it appears to be generational. Okay, so the group that had the hardest time with this quiz, quite kind of understanding what these real estate terms were Generation Z or Gen Z respondents. Had a hard time passing the quiz. Actually, baby boomers were the only ones that got a passing grade, if you will. And when you think about it, if you kind of think of who they are, from baby boomers on down, the baby boomers probably, in terms of this group, have the biggest, the most experience in real estate buying and selling and all that kind of thing. And so they're the ones with the most experience and most understanding of what these terms are, where the Gen Zs are just kind of, entering the real estate market now. And so they don't have a real good grasp or understanding of what a lot of these terms are. So it makes sense, that they're the ones that turned out to be worse. So the results were, overall, it was about 38% of the people were able to pass. Okay, baby boomers about 60% passed, Gen X about 41%, millennials about 35.5%, and Gen Z about 19% passed the test. Now, my grading system. So when I saw this, it went from A to F. Okay, and when I said passing was a C. Okay, and so I kind of gobbled all this up and said, I kind of put it together and said, okay, so you have to do an A, B, or C in order to be considered passing, this survey or this test. So closing costs is the first one that they didn't quite understand. The people failed and didn't quite understand. So closing costs are all the lender mostly all the lender costs that are bundled together at closing, that you as the buyer are going to have to pay. So there's like appraisals, and there's searches, and there's background checks, and the financial checks on your background, title searches. Maybe if you bought down, there's another term, if you bought down your interest rates with points, that would be bundled together, in the closing costs. So all of these are costs that the title company or the person that's doing the closing, or kind of cobbling together, bundling together, and you're going to pay this one fee at the end of it all in order to close on the house. So closing costs are all these fees that you're paying along the way, instead of writing a check, for example, for your financial statement, or for the appraisal, or for title searches. They're going to just bundle them all together, and you're going to pay one larger fee at the end, and then the title company is going to pass the money out to companies that did the work for them or did the work for you. Annual percentage rate, or APR, is the interest rate that you're going to pay on your loan throughout the life of the loan. So if it's a 30-year fixed rate, which means the rate doesn't change for 30 years, okay? If it's a 30-year fixed rate, it's going to be the same, percentage rate throughout the life of the loan. And so it's the rate that the lender is charging you on the money or the funds that you're requesting to buy a house. Now, it used to be, way back when, like a million years ago, you used to, have to pay cash, okay? And then the lenders came up with this vehicle, and now they give you a lump sum of money, let's say $300,000, and you're paying interest on that loan, broken up into likely 360 equal payments, so that you pay it off after 30 years. So the annual percentage rate is the rate that they charge you for that loan. The mortgage is the vehicle, or that lump of cash that I just said, that bucket of cash that the lender is going to give you in order to go buy that house. So again, it used to be you have to have all the cash up front. Now you borrow that money from a bank. The bank gives it to the seller, and you pay the bank back over a period of time, whatever that happens to be. Okay. Usually today it's 30 years. Appreciation is the difference in the value of your house when your house goes up. So if you buy your house, bought your house 10 years ago for 300,000, and we do an evaluation now and it's 400,000, the appreciation on your house is that $100,000 that your house has gone up in value over that 10 years. Okay. Right now in Texas, appreciation is going up wild. It's like wild, our house in 7 years has doubled in appreciation. And so real estate is still a phenomenal investment right now. So inflation is high. Inflation is like 6 or 8%, and interest rates are 6.5-ish. Okay, so even right now, real estate is a good hedge against inflation. If that makes any sense to you. Next week, the home design trends, throughout your home, different design trends in your house that people are taking advantage of. This is Steve DePaul with the Rose Realty team. Have a good week. I'm going to bounce.